Hi students, hi everyone, welcome back to Geeks for Geeks, and in today's video we are going to discuss another topic, that is searching, which is the next topic for our crash course. So basically, as you guys know that I'm covering all the topics of ICSC semester 2 examination. So firstly we did some strings methods, like we covered all the strings methods, then we did two problems on strings. Now we are basically moving to searching. So in today's video I'm going to tell you what linear search is and binary search is, but I'm not going to explain you everything about linear and binary search, because if you want to see linear and binary search, like everything in detailed explanation of linear search and binary search, then what you can do is you can just go on YouTube, go on Geeks School, go in the playlist section, and you can just check out this playlist, first step to DSA. In this playlist I have explained searching, and you can see searching over here. It's a 50 minutes video. I have in detail explained searching, which is linear search and binary search. In today's video I'm just going to tell you about the overview of linear search and binary search, and after that we are going to do a question. Okay, that question, when the question will come, you'll understand that what I want to say is. Okay, now let's start with the linear search first. So as you know that in linear search what happens is that we have a array. Okay, we have a array and we have to traverse, we have, okay, just assume that we have this array. Okay, okay, let me put some numbers: 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5, 9, 8, 7, 10. Okay, these are not in sorted order, they are just in random order. Okay, and I have to search 9 over here. Okay, I have to, my key is, what I have to search is, I have to search 9. So and the size of this array is n. For now let's assume that n is the size. So what we do is basically we just iterate over this whole array and we check each and every element. So basically while iterating I'll be using a for loop. I'll start with I is equals to 0. I'll check if key is equals to this element at this index. No, it is not. I'll move ahead. I will be, when I will be 1, then I will check if key is equals to the element at that particular index. No, not. Then I will move ahead. Like the value of I will change, and again I'm going to check. This will go on and on until I will find 9. Okay, so what I'll do is when I will reach at this particular index, I'll see, okay, I have got a 9 and the element at this index is equals to key. So I will just return this index, and that's how I will just understand the position of the index of that particular element. Now in the worst case, I'll just assume that I want to find the element which is this. I want to find 10. So in the, if my key is not 9, if it is 10, then in worst case I have to traverse over this whole array. Just assume n is the size, so I have to do n iterations, right? So that's why the time complexity over here is big O of n. You must have, whenever you will see linear search, you will always see the time complexity also. So the time complexity of linear search is O of n, and now I hope that you guys already know that why the time complexity is big O of n. And always remember, when we have to use linear search, we have to use linear search only when the elements, like we are given an array, we are given an array, we are given an array. Okay, and the elements are not in sorted order, and the elements are not in sorted order. Okay, okay, this is the condition when we have to apply linear search. We are given an array, you can also consider it as a string. We are given a string and we have to find a particular character in that string. So what we can do is we are going to traverse over that whole array or the string, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to check each and every element, and then at the end, if I will find the element, I will return that particular index. If I have reached till the end and I have not found the element, then in that case I will return -1, which will indicate that the element is not present in our array. Okay, so whenever such type of question will arise, that you have to find if the element exists or not and the array is not sorted, or you have to find if the element, there is a element like a particular key in that array, then you have to return the index of that key. At that time you can use linear search technique. Also, there's one more condition where you can use linear search technique is basically if just assume that if it is said that you are given an array, okay, let's just assume that we are given an array. Let me make an array, okay, single dimensional array. Okay, in this array there will be condition that the array is in sorted order, okay. Okay, and there will be a condition that you have to find the elements that occur twice. Okay, so here you have this constraint that the elements in the array will be in the sorted order. Also, you have to do one thing, that is the elements will be occurring twice. Okay, so in this case, what you're going to do is you're going to traverse over this array, and at each and every particular index, for example, let's assume that I is equals to 0 over here. You're also going to check that if basically if array of I is equals to array of I plus 1. If this is the case, because the elements are sorted, so similar elements will be like adjacent. Okay, so in this case you will understand, okay, if like for example when I will be 2, I'm going to check if ARR of 2 is equals to ARR of I plus 1, which is 3, right? So this is the condition. So here what you're going to do is you're going to just continue, and otherwise what you have to do is you have to just print that element. So that's how you will get the array without the duplicates, or you can say you will also get the element. Like for example, if this is happening, so you can say that okay, you will have a array list, you will store this number in that array list, you will say that okay, this element is a duplicate, and similar goes for this 59 element also. Okay, so this is another example where you can use linear search technique, okay, where you have to find the element which is duplicate. Also, there's one other question which is very popular, that is the question of frequency. Okay, in this frequency question, you have to find the frequency of elements from an array. For example, just assume that this is an array, and here let me do some changes. Okay, and it is not sorted. Okay, let me do just some changes. You have to find the frequency of each and every element. So in this case, what you are going to do is you're going to have a hash map. Basically, hash map is like another a data structure that we have. It basically, it is a map, it is kind of map, and it has key value pairs. Okay, there will be a key and there will be a value of that key. Okay, so for each and every element, if the element is not present in the hash map, you have to insert that element, and you have to insert, if that is not present, you have to put 1 as the value. And when you will iterate over this array, you will see if that element is already present in that hash map. If I'm coming to this 2, okay, when I'm coming to this 2 is already present in the hash map, because we had 2 here also, right? So what you're going to do over here is just going to get the value at that particular key, and you have to increase the value of that key. Okay, so this is another example where you can use hash map. Okay, so I hope that this much part is clear, that where what is linear search and what are all the places when you can use linear search. There are multiple questions which are related to this algorithm, or you can say this way. So you can use linear search kind of algorithm for a multiple different types of questions. Okay, now let's move to the binary search. Let's see what a binary search is. So the first condition in binary search is that the array will always be sorted. Okay, the array will be sorted. Okay, so you will be getting a sorted array. It will be given in the question that you have to find a particular key from an array, and the is sorted. Okay, you will be given this thing inside the question, that the array will always be sorted. Now in this case, what you have to do is basically you will use divide and conquer technique over here. Okay, the technique that you are going to use is, the algorithm that you are going to use is divide and conquer. Okay, so what happens in divide and conquer technique is basically just assume that this is our array. Okay, this is our array, and for example, let me assume that the key that I want to find is 43. I have to check the position of 43. So what happens is basically in this we are going to apply a while loop, and what will be the condition? We'll be giving two lower index and upper index, or you can say lower bound and upper bound. So I'll put it as LB and this will be UB, lower bound and upper bound. Okay. Okay, this is our lower bound, this is our upper bound. At each and every step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the middle and I'm going to check if the element is equals to middle. If not, then I'm going to check if the element is greater than the element that is present in the middle. If the element is than the element that is present in middle, then in that case, my element will be in the right half. Okay, and if, or you can say the key will be in the right half, and if the element that I want to search is smaller than the element that is present at the middle index, then you can say that my key will be present in the left half. Okay, let me explain you. For example, let me just give the indexes over here: 0 1 2 3 4 6. Okay, these are the indexes. Okay, now when I will calculate at the first step when I will calculate the mid, my mid will be equal to 0 plus 6 divided by 2, it will be 3, right? I'm going to go to this element. Now mid is pointing to this. Okay, mid is equals to 17. Now I'm going to check if 43 is equals to 17. No, it is not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in other conditions. The next condition will be if 43 is greater than the element at this mid. Yes, 43 is greater than 17. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my lower bound. Now my lower bound will be changed. Now my lower bound will be pointing towards this. Okay, and the lower bounding will be pointing towards mid plus 1. Okay, that's the way we update lower bound. So now this is my lower bound. Now again what I'll do is I'll go to add these two, like I'll just find the mid. Again I will find the mid. Okay, now this time my mid will be 6 plus 4, 10 divided by 2, that is 5. Okay, now my mid is pointing towards this element. Now this mid has changed. Okay, now I'm going to check if the element at the mid is equal to the element that we want. So yes, it is. So we are just going to return this mid. We are just going to return the value of the mid, or you can say the index. Okay, so that is basically divide and conquer technique, and that is basically binary search. So one important thing that I wanted you to know is that you always have to keep this thing in mind, that your array will be sorted in case of binary search. Okay, and again I'll say that if you want to see like understand these, like both these things in detail, what you can do is you can just simply go in on GeeksforGeeks school channel, and you will go in first step to DSA playlist, and you will just see searching in arrays, this video, and this will basically explain you everything about arrays. Okay, now let's move to the question that we are going to discuss. Sorry guys. Okay, given an array in which all elements are present two times. So let's just read this question very carefully. It is said that in array the elements are present two times, exactly maximum two times. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन में बहुत क्लियरली दे रखा है दैट इन एन एरे जो एलिमेंट्स है वो एग्जैक्टली टू टाइम्स प्रेजेंट होंगे, बट वन एलिमेंट इज प्रेजेंट ओनली वन टाइम. बट in this array all the elements are present two times, but there is one element that is present only one time. ठीक है, find that element. ओके, फाइंड दैट एलिमेंट. नाउ अगर ये क्वेश्चन में ये चीज नहीं दे रखी होती, ट्राई इन ओ ऑफ वन स्पेस, सो द फर्स्ट थॉट दैट विल कम इन माय माइंड विल बी व्हाट आई कैन डू इज, फ्रीक्वेंसी वाला क्वेश्चन ये थोड़ा सा लग रहा है लीनियर सर्च में जो हमने फ्रीक्वेंसी वाला पार्ट पढ़ा था. सो व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इज, सी यहाँ पे कहीं भी नहीं दे रखा कि दैट एरे विल बी सॉर्टेड. तो अगर सॉर्टेड नहीं दे रखा कहीं से भी, ऑल्दो इस एग्जांपल में आपको एरे सॉर्टेड दिख रहा है, बट इट इज नॉट रिटन दैट द एरे विल बी सॉर्टेड. तो बाइनरी सर्च वाली टेक्निक तो बिल्कुल दिमाग में आनी ही नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है, यू विल नॉट थिंक अबाउट दैट. नाउ लेट्स, मेरे दिमाग में आया लीनियर सर्च. ओके, लीनियर सर्च को मैं कैसे यूज कर सकती हूँ, डिवाइड एंड सॉरी फ्रीक्वेंसी वाली जो मैंने टेक्निक बताई थी, राइट. उसमें मैं एक हैश मैप क्रिएट कर लूंगी, एंड हैश मैप में मैं हर एलिमेंट की फ्रीक्वेंसी डालते जाऊंगी, एंड उस हैश मैप में जिस भी एलिमेंट की फ्रीक्वेंसी 1 होगी, दैट विल बी द नंबर दैट इज प्रेजेंट वन टाइम्स, एंड आई कैन रिटर्न दैट नंबर, राइट. आई कैन रिटर्न दैट की. So this is the first thing that is coming to my mind, but there is one constraint given over here, that is we have to try this in O of one space. It is specifically given, so that will what this will do is it will like cross out the hash map wala thing. It will, like, because we want to do this thing in O of one space, so we cannot use hash map in this case. Now this question basically seems like a searching question, but this has turned because of this constraint. Because of only this constraint, this has turned from searching to bit manipulation. ठीक है, ये बिट मैनिपुलेशन पे मूव कर चुका है क्वेश्चन. Okay, bit manipulation पे move कर चुका है ये question. So what we are going to do over here is we have a bit basically in if you have studied bit Boolean algebra, that I am assuming that you have done. So basically bit manipulation में आप क्या करोगे? You have heard about the property XOR operation. XOR operation के बारे में आपने पढ़ा होगा. And in XOR operation, you know that when you do A XOR 1, what you get is A bar, right? When you do A XOR 0, then you get A, right? And when you do A XOR A, then what you get is you get 0. And when you do A XOR A bar, then you get 1. ठीक है, ये प्रॉपर्टीज आपने पढ़ी होंगी इन XOR ऑपरेशन. सो वी आर गोइंग टू डू this, we are going to use this property and later on this property. हम इन दो प्रॉपर्टीज का XOR की इन दोनों बेसिकली लाइंस का यूज करें. सी, अगर सारे एलिमेंट्स दो बार प्रेजेंट है तो अगर मैं पूरे एरे में हर एक एलिमेंट का XOR करती जाऊंगी तो एट वन पॉइंट वो एलिमेंट खुद से XOR होके 0 दे देगा. ठीक है, एंड कोई भी एलिमेंट 0 से 0 के सेम रहता है, तो दैट विल नॉट अफेक्ट. सो बेसिकली व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इज आई एम गोइंग टू ट्रैवर्स over this whole array and I'm going to iterate over each and every element, and I'm going to do the XOR of each and every element. Okay, now let me just explain you with the example 2, because example 1 is quite straightforward and you might get confused because of this. So basically what we are going to do is we are going to start with this. Okay, first element, and what we are going to do is let me just start with this I is equals to 1. Okay, and this is something that I will already store in a result. Okay, in my result there will be a result variable where I'm going to store ARR of 0. Okay, and I'm going to start over here, or you can also do it like this कि आप result में 0 रखो और आप I को 0 से start करो. ठीक है, आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो. So let's do this thing. थोड़ा सा आपको confusion ना हो इसलिए I'm just using this technique. So what you're going to do is आप I को 0 से start करोगे and आगे बढ़ाओगे. ठीक है, result में 0 है. You're going to move in a loop, and every time what you're going to do is आपका result जो है that will be equal to result XOR ARR of I. Now I have written this logic. Now let's just execute this. 0 XOR 2. ठीक है, let me write this. 0 XOR 2. It will give 2, right? 2 मिल जाएगा आपको रिजल्ट में. देन यू विल मूव टू आई इज इक्वल टू 1. ठीक है, 2 XOR 2 0 मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, नेक्स्ट 0 XOR 1 आपको 1 मिल जाएगा. 1 XOR 1 आपको 0 मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, 0 XOR 4 आपको 4 मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, नाउ नेक्स्ट थिंग इज 4 XOR 5. 4 XOR 5 बेसिकली कुछ वैल्यू होगी, बट फॉर नाउ लेट मी जस्ट पुट इट लाइक दिस ओनली. ठीक है, ये 4 XOR 5 ही रखते हैं, अभी इसको कैलकुलेट नहीं करते बिकॉज नॉट आवर कंसर्न इज नॉट टू कैलकुलेट द XOR of two numbers. Okay, next will be 4 XOR 5 XOR 4. so 4 XOR 4 बेसिकली 0 होता है. ठीक है, 4 XOR 4 हमारा 0 होता है, एंड 0 XOR 5 क्या हो जाएगा? This will give you 5. ठीक है, this will give you 5. So that's how if you will XOR each and every element, you will get the element that is occurring only once in this. Okay, so that was the terminology, or you can see the logic behind this. Okay, now let me just go to the code editor, and I have chosen this Java language. So let me write another function. Okay, it will return an integer. Okay, and let me just name this as find, and here we will get an array. Okay, yeah, that's it. Let's just keep it like this. Okay, I have forgot to put a square bracket. ठीक है, and यहाँ पे first of all we are going to find the length of the array. Okay, and I will have a result, and that will be equal to 0 initially. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a for loop that will start from I is equals to 0 and will go till I is less than n length and I plus plus. Okay, now here what I'm going to do is, just give me a minute students. Yeah, what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to always do this. I'm going to XOR it and store in a result. Result equal to result XOR ARR of I. ठीक है, and like this will keep on happening, and after this for loop I'm going to just return the result. Okay, Now let me just call this function, and let me pass the array that I have to create. I haven't created any array by till now, and let me just create the array. And let me initialize it over here only. Okay, 1 comma 1. Let me just put the elements like this. Okay, so all the elements are 2 times except for 5, and I have put them in a random order so that you can understand this thing. Okay, so yeah, let's just run this and let's see if we are getting the right answer or not. Okay, a bracket is missing over here. Okay, now let's just run this. Okay. Okay, I have done a mistake. Sorry, guys. Just give me a minute. Okay, now it will work fine, I guess. You can see 5 is the output. Now you can just put multiple inputs over here and check for multiple inputs. Okay, so I hope that you have understood the code for this, and if you have any doubt you can connect to us on Discord channel. The link is in the description box. Also, I share a question daily on our Discord channel. So if you want to try these questions first of all by yourself and then see the solution, then what you can do is you can connect to us on Discord, and I post a question over there daily. Also, we give our daily updates about our quizzes, competitions, and a lot more things, what's coming next and all of that. And we also have a community over there where people like to help, students like to help each other for various things. So you can connect to us on Discord channel. And that's it for today's video. If you liked it, please click on the like button, and please subscribe to our channel and share the videos with all your friends. Okay, that's it for today's class, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.